ask you know more about Pottinger than you know about Bobrovsky?
Wouldn't say that. I think I'm not too sure. I've been watching him for obviously a long time, and one of the best goalies in the world. Just like Ottinger, just like a lot of goalies in this league. Very special goalie to watch. He's one of the best skaters for a goalie, I would say, which gives us a really good challenge, and tracks the puck really well. I mean, being one of the best goalies, you got to do pretty well everything really good, and that's what he does.
He's acrobatic.
Sorry?
He's acrobatic.
Yeah, he's very athletic. Yeah, he's very athletic. Obviously very flexible, and he's got the experience of going to the finals, got the experience of winning games, being on a winning team, so it's going to be a really good challenge for all of us.
How does a more physical team, maybe a team that crashes the net a little more, what's it mean to a goalie? Like, it seems like everyone crashes the net in the playoffs, so
yeah.
How's Florida a different foe for a goalie than any other team you've played so far?
It's a great question. I guess we'll find out. I think that they are just really. I mean, they just love to grind. They love to get pucks to the net and crash goalies and make goalies' lives pretty miserable. So it's a great challenge for me to enjoy that, enjoy getting crashed to the net, and enjoy the battle. I think that's what brings out the most enjoyment, and playing hockey is the battle. So it'll be fun.
You got to play against Matt Kachuk when he was down the road.
Yep.
Do you expect the same player in a Florida uniform, and what does he bring to your world that you haven't seen for a while, maybe?
Yeah, I'm not too sure what to expect. That's totally up to him how he's gonna, bring his game. So we'll see. But I know that he's obviously he's a skilled player. He gets the pucks to the net. He can fight. He can grind in the corners. He's obviously a leader on their team, and it's. He's a special player to watch. He's a great player, a player that I would say everybody in here respects. I think we respect everyone on that team. Obviously, an incredible team. So, just another one of those things where it's very exciting that we get to play.
So is Bennett the same kind of player, but not quite as greasy?
As Kachuk?
Yes.
I'm going to be super honest. When you guys ask questions about players, I'm not a player, so I can't.
From a goalie standpoint.
From a goalie standpoint, I mean, Bennett's got an incredible shot, great skater. He's got amazing IQ. Again, just a really solid player. I think he's also a good two-way player, and I do believe he is very good at grinding as well.
Stu, you talked afterwards how it was a nice little mental and maybe even physical reset for you those days. How important has these days been off for you? Because you went 2 straight and then right into that Dallas series. Yeah. How fresh do you feel, both physically and mentally, and how important do you think that is?
Yeah, I think all of us are feeling really fresh right now. Obviously, we played a lot of games in a short amount of days, so being able to get a few days here where we were able to get a rest, kind of get away from the game a little bit, enjoy our families, enjoy each other. It's always a really nice way to get away from the game, and then it's right back to work. So it was nice getting back in it today and getting back to stopping some pucks.
And you seem like a very philosophical person. Are you able to, I get the stress and the importance of, are you able to enjoy this? Have you had that time to say, hey man, this is pretty cool, I'm going to the Stanley Cup Final?
Yeah, I've definitely had a moment to just kind of think where we are, and that's part of being in the moment, and I think that's also part of playing hockey, no matter what round you're in, no matter if it's regular season, playoffs, Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. It's about enjoyment. It's about having fun, and we're all kids at heart, and when we're out on the ice, we're just having a ton of fun and really enjoying ourselves. So I believe that that's a huge part of it, and keeps things a little bit lighter as well.
What do you see from the guys? I mean, I know you're playing well, but in terms of making sure passes and shots are contested, there's nothing clean from an attacking team?
What do you mean? What do you mean exactly?
Like in just terms of the commitment to defending, making sure there's a stick in the way or blocking a shot.
How do I
working hand in hand to make your life limit the grade A chances? I guess.
Yeah. I think I think they've been doing an incredible job. I think that especially these days and where we're the time that we're playing at, it's all about that. It's all about the small details, getting the stick in the way, being able to just steer the puck away from the net, steer the puck away from, the slot and grade A opportunities. And that's going to be obviously another great challenge for us, because Florida's amazing at doing that. Again, getting pucks to the net, getting greasy. So it's going to be really important for us as a whole team to play really good defensive hockey.
Is there a whole level of more pressure once you're in the actual final as opposed to the other rounds leading up to it?
I'm not too sure. It's I'll be able to let you know after game one.
How much better is your team today than it was when you walked out of here for game one against the Kings? How much has this team improved?
Yeah.
How are you better?
Yeah, I think I totally agree with that. I think we are a much better team. In those moments, we've been able to play a lot of games since game one against the Kings, and I think the more games you play, especially playoff hockey, we've gotten more of a rhythm, leading up to basically everything that we're doing, which is, power play, PK, 5-on-5, our defensive zone, obviously neutral zone, O-zone, a lot of things that we're doing really well, and we're just, I feel like we're just a very connected team. And I think that's going to be really important playing against another team that's very connected as well.
What was the turning point, Stu? What was the turning point of the playoffs here that you felt that?
For just the team in general?
That everything's coming together.
I think it's just been a whole process. It's been a big process of the games that we've been able to play, the teams we've been able to play, and going through the different situations that we've been able to go through. I think there's not kind of this one moment where I think that the team just kind of flipped a switch. I think it's just been a big process leading up to how we're playing right now.
You said about Bobrovsky skating. What do you mean by that? The way he gets across the crease, or what?
All of the above. How fast he is in getting across the crease. I think his edge control, the way that he moves on his posts and his RVH is magical to watch. It's very, very impressive, and he's just his skating really allows him to never not be in position. He's always in position, just because he's always able to kind of get that second effort, get that edge, and just being able to skate really well.
Off topic, but did you go to Louis St. Laurent for junior high?
I did, yeah. I went there for, that's a while ago. I went there for grade 9, grade 10, and then I think a little bit in grade 11, a little bit in grade 12, just because I was playing in junior, so I had to switch halfway through.
If you could think about yourself at that age,
Yeah.
grade 9, Stuart Skinner,
Yeah.
knowing what's happening to you now, that you're starting in net for the Edmonton Oilers, Stanley Cup Finals,
Yeah.
what would you tell that version of yourself back then?
I tell him to relax and know that it's all going to be okay. I just tell him to really enjoy the whole process of getting up to where we are now, and I would let him know that it's going to be hard, it's going to be tough. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs, a lot of bumps and bruises, but at the end of the day, it's all going to be worth it. And just trust yourself leading up to where we're headed.
Whose job is it to? Oh, sorry.
Another question kind of related to that. When you were that age, did you listen to Oilers broadcasts on the radio? And if so, when? Was it like on the way home from practice?
Yeah, pretty well every morning going to school. We would always have the radio on whenever we hopped into the car. So whether it's going to school first thing in the morning, or going back home from school, going to the rink, all that stuff. When it gets a little bit closer to the rink, I tended to put on some music, try to pump myself up as a kid, but always listening to it.
And after watching Oilers games at Rexall, when you would get back in, I guess, like your dad's car, your mom's car,
Yeah.
would you turn on the post-game show on the 6:30 show?
I don't have much of a memory of it, but I will never forget Rexall Place. I absolutely I love Rexall Place. It's one of those childhood kind of things that you look back on, of being at the rink watching teams or just driving by, and you're like, that's so cool. So it's it's one of those things. But I'm not. I think I more remember of just excitement of that I got to go to an NHL game.